Whatever you think I did, I'm innocent. A demon attacked me. What was I supposed to do?
You don't need to fight.
Are you saying it won't happen again?
Take it you're from the Free Marches.
Oh?
The accent. I'm from Kirkwall, but you're from, further east, maybe?
Is this another kind of interrogation?
Oh, I'm sure Cassandra has done plenty of that.
We have to get to the breach. And quickly. Is this another prison?
No. I beg your forgiveness and your blessing.
5 minutes ago you wanted me dead, and now I'm your savior?
I was wrong. Perhaps I still am.
We'll see how this goes. I wish I could get rid of it.
We have need of it yet.
Clearly, you have something in mind.
We do.
Awful things happen every day. Get used to it. People are killed all the time.
If the Maker doesn't intervene to save the best of his servants, I used to believe I was chosen, just as some say you are. Once I was sure I died. I did die. Who else but the Maker could have resurrected me? But if he didn't save me to help the Divine, then why? Why am I still alive?
Wait, you died?
It was right there at the temple by the urn of sacred ashes. We found the urn, proved the legends were true, but the hero of Ferelden corrupted them. And all I wanted at that moment was vengeance. It was a fight I couldn't win. But I didn't care. And the hero struck me down. I awoke later in agony. The ashes were gone. I can't explain how I survived.
That's it? You can't explain it?
You think I haven't looked for answers? I've searched for 10 years. I'm still searching. This place holds its secrets tight. Do you know why you survived? Enough wallowing. I should never have let you see me like this. Such weakness.
So I'm not the only one that survived certain death here.
There is magic in this place. Strange, old magic. Every maid I've put to work on it is mystified. They never find answers. Only more questions.
You can't have been raised from the dead. That's absolutely... just... no.
Believe what you want. I'm still here. Enough wallowing.
Glad to see traitors are dealt with quickly.
We must do whatever it takes to protect our interests. I am pleased that you agree.
I have no tolerance for traitors.
You take a harsh view. But I suppose that is the way in these troubled times. We will make the Inquisition a force to fear.
You have a history with the Warden who ended the Blight, don't you?
The hero of Ferelden. There are no heroes in real life. Just people. And people can do terrible things. Like striking me down, for example. It's hard not to bear a grudge.
Logain MacTier. Best commanding officer this world has ever seen. After they all turned on him at Denerim, though, there wasn't much use for people who held that opinion. Queen Honora offered my services to the Inquisition. It was a kindness.
I understand Logain joined the Grey Wardens after the Blight ended.
Yes. A mercy, people called it. Serving the Order, they say he betrayed. He could have led Ferelden to greatness. Instead, he lives in exile, fighting Darkspawn until the day he dies.
Logain MacTier betrayed the Grey Wardens and his king.
Were you there at Ostagar? I was. King Cailan overextended his position, and the Grey Wardens were too late lighting the signal. Following the original plan would have gotten everyone killed. Logain made the right decision. I apologize. Sister Liliana told me I shouldn't talk about this. Just forget it.
I've no interest in being a hero. All I want is to find a way to seal this breach.
Pragmatic.
The kind who wins.
That is usually better than losing.
You might dislike the circles, but if that breach stays open, you'll like what it does to the world even less.
Agreed.
We can't afford distractions. We must focus on sealing the breach.
Yes, as I said, that is our...
We've got enough trouble with demons already.
But would they still be demons? Or would they be part of a natural environment, like a fast-flowing river? Yes, it can drown careless children.
It doesn't matter why they attack us.
Of course it does. The dog that bites you because it is rabid is not the dog that bites you because it is starving. You may kill either, but one is just a few scraps of meat away from being your faithful servant.
None of this shit should have happened.
You don't know the half of it.
The breach needs to be sealed. The sooner the better.
If it can be sealed.
I hope that wasn't meant to be me.
What? That?
You obviously don't like somebody.
Did I do the right thing?
This Inquisition of yours wasn't the smartest move.
Thank you for the ringing endorsement.
There's a lot at stake.
You do not have to tell me that. I'm curious. Do you even believe in the Maker?
No, I don't.
It must be comforting to be so certain. I have to believe we were put on this path for a reason, even if you do not. Now it simply remains to see where it leads us. Where are you from?
I came here from Sahara, actually.
That far away?
My family came there from the northern islands. We landed there after crossing the Great Ocean.
The Great Ocean.
Yes. Lands in the Far East have mountains twice as large as the ones here.
I see. Perhaps asking Liliana was the better choice after all.
Just answer the question.
As you wish. My name is Cassandra Pentecost.
You don't think being noble gave you opportunities others don't have?
An opportunity to be decadent, perhaps. To be useless to anyone but myself. The Pentecosts are famed for dragon hunting.
You're stalling.
To hear others tell it, I alone saved divine Beatrix from a horde of dragons sent to assault the Grand Cathedral.
That's rather typical of the Chantry, isn't it?
Even worse, few know of the Knight Commander's involvement at all.
I'd like to get to know you better.
You would?
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
Just answer the question.
As you wish.
Your mind was probably playing tricks on you by then.
Yet the gifts are real. I know no more than that.
Mages were oppressed. What else did you expect?
I expected us to do better. When faced with a problem, the Seekers would close ranks and crush it.
I hadn't planned on it, no.
Then I shall spare you.
Let's hope his arrogance doesn't return.
Even should he leave,
The food was peppered with too many attempts at matchmaking for my tastes.
a common peril among nobility, no matter where one goes.
You'd be Harding and... No, never mind.
Ugh.
What's the situation out here in the hinterlands?
We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster.
Not through any choice of mine.
We seldom have much say in our fate, I'm sad to say.
Peace. I am no danger to you. My name is Miris. By your weapons, I see you come ready for battle. Perhaps we face a common enemy in these demons.
Get out of here. Things are dangerous enough without another mad mage.
Then may the dread wolf take you, fool.
Give me whatever it is you found there.
I should have expected this. May the dread wolf take you. Ah!
They're upon us!
Herald's down!
The apostates have fled to the hills.
A little sudden, but it's time someone made an honest man of me.
What? Very amusing. This is serious.
With the Trevelyan's, my presence may close more doors than it opens. My family and I are not on the best of terms.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's no concern of mine what Valreo's court thinks.
Do not take this lightly.
I can't wait until we find a better place to live than a bunch of hovels in the middle of an ice storm.
Oh, it's such a relief to hear someone else say that out loud.
I make no such claim. I wasn't sent here by Andraste or the Maker.
And the people will be safe once more.
What's the meaning of this?
Her claim to authority is an insult.
Herald of Andraste. What is that?
All right, Sarah. I can use you and your friends.
Fortunate affair. What would you have me do with this foolish, foolish man?
He insulted my honor. I want him dead.
And this, Marquis, is why one must always be courteous to one's fellow guests. Someone be a dear and clean this mess up. We can't have him cluttering up the dance floor.
You invited me here. What is it you want?
I wanted to meet face to face.
The Inquisition will be happy to have you, Lady Vivienne.
Great things are beginning, my dear.
Mages deserve the same freedom as anyone else.
I hear that so often. It must be a great comfort to the common folk.
I'm not deciding anything.
Actions have consequences, my dear.
If that's true, then I'll put it to good use.
I suppose we'll see.
Is there something else you're looking for? As long as the job gets done, I don't care about the rest.
Fact. Spare the frills, just get it all back to normal. Best plan I've heard.
There's nothing to learn from any of that history.
Yes, don't do that.
I expect more direct answers than that.
Which of this lot gave you straight answers? Not as many as you bloody well think, I guarantee.
So you're vandals, thieves, and murderers.
If the marks are right, Arth, yeah.
I think the whole thing sounds like a scam.
So feel free to complain every time I point you to a hand up, because you'll still take it, right?
When you put it that way, it would be a mistake to make you go.
Bloody well right it would be. End of the world, maybe don't shoot for just enough.
Sarah, I don't think you're fitting in the way we need.
Not fitting? Are you daft? You're fighting holes in the sky and you're getting rid of people. No, not people. Just me. I get it.
Do you know my name? Who said that?
Warden Blackwall, the Inquisition accepts your offer.
Good to hear.
I survived. Nothing to crow about.
Nothing to crow about. Do people normally fall out of the sky where you come from?
Just be there when we need you. And don't ask too many questions.
Just one question then. How do you think you fit in with all this?
A few of them worship me and think I'm destined for greatness. I don't disagree.
I don't think I've ever met someone quite so proud of who they are. It's refreshing. Suppose being called Andraste's Herald must go to your head. For me, I'll be satisfied so long as we find the bastards that killed the Divine.
You seem to have a problem with me.
I don't like you. It's as simple as that. Now that that's out in the open, let's just get on with our work. There are more things at stake here than my personal opinions of you.
About you.
Where I'm from, talking about yourself with strangers is considered rude. I'll have to decline.
What do you think of the Inquisition?
I expected more. More men, better equipment. You may have Andraste's favor, but wars are won by men, soldiers.
I don't need you to tell me what I already know.
You asked for my opinion. That was my opinion. Know what I think of your forces. I'm not sure what else there is to say.
You must have some feelings about our friends.
I'm sure I do. I'm also sure it's none of your business.
What do you think of my advisors?
I respect them enough not to speak behind their backs.
I want to hear more about you.
Where I'm from, talking about yourself with strangers is considered rude. I'll have to decline.
You run your reports past Liliana before sending them. You send nothing she doesn't approve. If this turns out to be a trick, or if your reports compromise the Inquisition, Cassandra will eat you alive.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Are your mercenaries adjusting to life here?
Getting there. No major fights with Inquisition troops.
The Canary posed a threat to all of Thetis. I want to know what I might have to deal with someday.
Smart move.
Sometimes I think I understand how different the Canary are. And then I talk to you.
Yep.
Not as well as it should. How can people focus on trivialities when faced with the breach?
It is easy for us to imagine.
I thought I made it clear that I'm not the Herald of Andraste.
I understand.
It was insanity to let you live after what happened.
The hero of Ferelden thought it was mercy.
Skip the pleasantries. You know why we're here. You came all the way to Val Royeaux to invite us.
You must be mistaken.
One to Winter Inn. Suddenly they're scurrying out of all the walls like roaches.
Now, I'm ever so much more handsome than a cockroach.
I've never heard of magic that controls time.
Manipulating time itself? Many have attempted over the ages, but never once succeeded.
The rift you closed here.
Why should I believe any of this?
I know what I'm talking about.
I want this war to end without sending you back to the Circle.
There has to be a way, right?
I am not the Herald of Andraste.
As I suspected.
We're out here rolling in the grass with them.
I know most of them are crazy, but Eldreda was better than some of them. And...
Whoa, she's up!
Where I go, they go. Enough pleasantries. Shall we begin?
It's refreshing to meet someone so goal-oriented.
Then we undo this and go back. Now.
I'm not certain it'll be a matter of snapping our fingers, but yes. I quite agree.
Come on. We're going after Alexius.
You do know that's crazy, right?
Then I look forward to meeting Alexius's master.
Be careful what you wish for.
Dorian thinks we can go back to our own time if we find Alexius. I'm here now. No matter what, I'll drive them all back to Deventer.
Not Deventer.
I will die first. Or you will.
We never died in the first place. Alexius miscalculated.
Then it will be his last mistake.
No! How can those bastards want a world like this?
They want it to be just like the world of old Tevinter. Comforting, isn't it? He resisted that demon to the last.
Alexius, it's time to answer for your crimes.
And here you are, finally.
You didn't save him, Alexius. No one should live like that.
No!
No! How do we reverse the spell?
This is the same amulet he used before.
No, I won't let you commit suicide.
Look at us. We're already dead.
You'll have to do better than that.
You failed, Alexius. How forgiving is your Elder One?
You won. There is no point extending this charade, Felix.
Well, I'm glad that's over with. Or not.
Grand Enchanter, we'd like to discuss your abuse of our hospitality.
Your Majesties.
When we offered the Mage's Sanctuary, we did not give them the right to drive our people from their homes.
King Alistair, Queen Anora, I assure you, we never intended...
In light of your actions, good intentions are no longer enough.
You and your followers have worn out your welcome. Leave Ferelden, or we'll be forced to make you leave.
But we have hundreds who need protection. Where will we go?
You'll be leaving here with the Inquisition.
And what are the terms of this arrangement?
Hopefully better than what Alexius gave you. The Inquisition is better than that, yes?
They have lost all possible supporters. The Inquisition is their only remaining chance for freedom.
I've known a lot of mages. They can be loyal friends if you let them. Friends who make bad decisions, but still loyal.
It seems we have little choice but to accept whatever you offer.
You will surrender yourselves as prisoners and conscripts of the Inquisition.
We shouldn't have accepted the Magister's help, I know, but...
The sky has been torn open. We are all in immediate danger. There is no room for failure now. We cannot close the breach without you. But we would be mad to trust you.
If the Inquisition wants the mages, it can have them. We want them gone by sundown tomorrow.
Then we have no choice but to surrender to the Inquisition. I'll go prepare for the journey to Haven. The breach will be closed. We must do what we can to restore peace to a world that sorely needs it.
We were doing, taking the mages prisoner.
They made themselves a threat when they broke the circles. They must be punished.
They were pushed to that extreme. It was not their choice.
Enough arguing.
I'm ready. Let's go.
We should look into the things you saw in this dark future.
Stay if you must, but you'll be watched.
Watch away. I have nothing to hide, and evidently plenty to prove.
Mages should be treated like anybody else.
And yet, however much we may wish it, we are not like everyone else.
How did someone so lovely and selfless go into Arlesian politics, Lady Montelier?
Well, that is, really, you give me too much credit.
It would be difficult for us to do worse.
Harshly spoken, but difficult to deny.
In Redcliffe, you sacrificed yourself so that I could return here.
Of course I did. One small life in exchange for a second chance at history. I always loved a bargain.
Well, it worked. That's all that matters to me.
If only everything were that simple.
We can't leave a single piece of that lyrium out in the wild.
I'm with you on that.
Do you have a problem with our new allies? With mages?
No problem with mages. I mean, you know some that are all right.
I know what I saw. It was real.
What an amazing gift.
So many were dead. More had been corrupted. Knowing what will happen if we fail.
I suggest we not fail. Speaking of which, you should ready yourself.
For?
This Elder One. Circle in chains? No. The fate of this world depends on you, Inquisitor. And to that end, I offer my aid. But my life is my own.
The things magic can do are fascinating. Fighting with them will only make them more stubborn.
The mages are too accustomed to running or being kept prisoner.
Just remember that after the breach is closed.
I will not forget.
There was no other choice.
Oh, I'm not arguing.
I never cared about any of that bloodline business.
Even saying that back home would give Mother the vapors.
Let's move on, shall we?
I am the scion of House Parvis, a product of generations of careful breeding.
That's what you think? That's ridiculous.
Oh, I'm glad you're so certain.
We don't know what caused this. We can't rest easy.
I agree.
Whatever you are, I'm not afraid.
Words mortals often hurl at the darkness.
You'll get nothing out of me.
You will resist. You must die.
Your arrogance blinds you. Good to know. If I'm dying, it's not today. Whatever the rest of you say, I felt no divine aid at the Conclave or Haven. The struggle ahead seems mine alone. If you've something that will help us, now's the time.
Yes.
This isn't more about me being divinely touched, is it?
I won't ask you to believe. You.
And just what are you going to do if I don't want this? I did my part at the breach and in Haven. That should be enough.
We've all sacrificed, but we're not done. You're not done.
The Inquisition will be a force to rival any in Thedas. In my name. Together we will defeat Corypheus and shake the world.
Wherever you lead us.
Your leader, your herald, your Inquisitor!
not going to forgive what happened at Haven. Corypheus will answer for what he's done.
You're angry? Good. Anger can save you when everything else is gone.
Watch that this enthusiasm of yours doesn't get you killed.
I wouldn't be the first to die in your service.
I wish they'd understand that I'm really nobody.
You're somebody. Don't you see what you are to them? Without you, they're...
You're confusing me now. What are you getting at?
Archdemons, real enough. Fine.
Just be useful. Ugh, the people I have to work with.
I know, right? Good luck with this lot. But I'll be here.
I will have nothing to do with demons.
In fairness, Cole's warning at Haven allowed you to escape, and saved many lives.
We have enough uncertainty without throwing a demon into the mix. I'll have Cole removed. Where is he now? Get out of their heads!
They're in mine. Every breath slower.
Demons have the power to cloud people's minds.
Yes. I can feel more. I can help.
I want you out of here, Cole. Leave the Inquisition before I have you destroyed.
But they need me. No one else is listening.
Now!
So angry. So many eyes pressing down. So much fear and hate and worry. Too many problems. At least I can remove one. Forget.
What brings you here?
I just wanted to see the wounded. All right. Help him. I didn't come to talk about Roderick.
What did you come to talk about?
I'd like to talk about what happened to you before we met.
No.
I might be sending these soldiers to their deaths. Now I know their names.
If you're sending them to their deaths, you can give them that much. You've got a good army coming along.
I don't use that title much anymore.
Hawk, the Inquisitor.
Whatever you know helps. Corypheus will keep killing people until he gets what he wants. And he wants to be a god.
I suppose you'd better stop him then.
That does pale in comparison.
All right, I'll tell you what I know.
You're giving me maybes. I need proof.
Then let's get you some. His name is Loghain. The last time we spoke, he was worried about corruption in the Warden ranks.
I heard you had family and friends in Kirkwall. Where are they now?
When the Wardens began acting strangely, I had my friend Aveline take my brother out of the Free Marches. But once I realized Wardens were acting strangely, I had no choice. I've seen Corypheus affect Anders' mind before. If he was involved, I couldn't risk it happening again.
You knew where Hawk was all along!
You're damned right I did.
You conniving little shit!
You kidnapped me! You interrogated me! What did you expect?
I expected you to tell the truth! I told you what was at stake!
So I just hand her over on your say-so? It's okay, Hawk. This zealot isn't crazy. I promise. Look at her. She's finally lost it.
We needed someone to lead this Inquisition.
You did that out of spite?
I was protecting my friend.
Varric is a liar, Inquisitor. A snake.
You don't need to tell me that.
Oh, like I have no reasons to help the Inquisition finish this.
For the moment.
Fine. For the moment, I'd like to do what I can.
We can't afford any more mistakes.
You think I don't know that?
I'm making sure.
I want you to know, I have no regrets. Ah, here comes the hero of our age. Mighty tamer of the dreaded Mage Rebellion. Once lowly prisoner, now the fabled Herald of Andraste. A toast to you, my lord.
Sitting in a dark corner, drinking.
Yes! What of it?
It's pathetic.
You! I have watched you, even exalted you as you straddled the world. And I'm the one who raised you up.
You speak as though I asked for any of this.
Clearly you are innocent of all that followed. Corypheus still lives. My work is not yet done. Leave me be, Inquisitor. Go, do what you must.
All right. Is there anything else you've been hiding that I should know?
You want to hear about my childhood? Maybe what I had for breakfast? I told you what I knew when it became important.
If you truly want to help us, you have to decide whether you're on our side or on your own.
I'm not... I keep hoping none of this is real. Corypheus is back. Oh, shit. Inquisitor, we really need to have a talk about your methods. The way you run this place, you get results. I can't argue with that, but the way you do it, you leave a lot of innocent people ground into the dirt behind you.
We're fighting an enemy who can tear open the sky. Some sacrifices have to be made.
Well, there's always a war, or a cause, or an injustice. You think I haven't heard this rant before? This all that matters is the goal, and fuck the consequences thing of yours? I've seen where that road leads. Anders was the last guy I knew who thought like that, and he was an abomination. What's your excuse? The world has enough problems, Inquisitor. It doesn't need another monster. Try not to become one.
You said what you wanted to say. Are we done here?
No, that was just the warm-up. This all that matters is the goal, and fuck the consequences thing of yours.
Those deaths are on your hands. It was your job to watch, to prepare us.
Yes, it was my fault. But how was I to know what we really faced?
You will be prepared next time.
I won't let this happen again.
Are you saying I won't do Justinia proud?
I'm saying I thought it would be her leading us.
I don't care about Elysian politics. Just get me to the Empress.
Of course, Inquisitor.
Corypheus will pay when I face him again.
I dearly hope that happens soon. Well, before I return to my duties...
I'm loath to part from such pleasant company. Would you care to walk the castle with me?
Oh, well, a tour then? Let me fetch the steward.
That isn't precisely what I was hoping for.
Well, do let me know if you change your mind. Now I must find someone to prepare the guest quarters.
You don't care about people.
I don't have time for this.
I won't take long. You don't care about people. And I don't have to stay here.
I knew you'd get out of control.
Forget.
Is everything all right?
Fine. I was just... Fine. Thank you. You're angry at me? Is that what this is about?
Naturally. Isn't everything about you?
What have you got to be angry about?
You! I have watched you, even exalted you as you straddled the world. And I'm the one who raised you up.
Then go. The Inquisition doesn't need you.
How clear you make it. Corythia still lives. My work is not yet done. Leave me be, Inquisitor. Go, do what you must.
That isn't the Inquisition's job, Cassandra.
The Inquisition will undoubtedly encounter some of these things at any rate.
You don't care about people.
What's that supposed to mean?
What I said. You don't care about people. And I don't have to stay here.
I'm sorry, Cole. I'll miss you.
No, you won't. Forget.
Inquisitor? Tell me, how does it feel?
How does what feel?
Being you. Are you blissfully unaware? Or deep inside, is some part of you banging on the walls, screaming?
If you have a problem, say it. I don't have time for your feelings.
Of course. Any criticism must be the crazy knife ear whining. Are you relieved to have mages back under control? Perhaps when you're done, you can leash them like the Canary do.
I don't answer to you, Solus, and I don't have time for this.
Of course, Inquisitor. I won't interrupt you further.
Tell me something. Do you care about anything in the world beyond the Fade?
Ah.
Ah?
The Inquisitor turns his hawk-like gaze to me, penetrating deep into my most secret desires. Only not. I care deeply for many things beyond the Fade, just not you.
You're gonna want to watch that attitude, Solus.
Why? Do you have another expert on the Fade hiding around here? Are you absolutely certain you won't need me? I volunteered to help Inquisitor. Rattle the bars if you like, but I chose to enter this cage.
With your power, you could do something. I've seen you in battle.
Who would I attack? A gate guard? What if you felt sorry for the poor knife ears under his watch? Or the lord who rules the city? Would his death at an elven apostate's hand lead to better treatment for elves? There is no simple solution. I think you know that. Why attack me for knowing it as well?
Because you've given up, and I haven't. I'll find a way to help elves, with or without your help.
And in all sincerity, I wish you luck. For my part, I will do what I can.
You're a mage. You studied the Breach. And you seem to have some idea how a bastard like this might think.
I'm flattered. I claim no secret wisdom, but I will guess as best I can.
I don't hear of mages blowing things up with the Canary rule.
Of course! Everyone is happy under the Qun. What's the sacrifice of a few lives to keep people from discomfort? I should thank you, Inquisitor. I had spent time with few of your people before this. From the stories, I thought you all thuggish, Simple and crude. Now? Now I know I was right. You have no idea what a comfort that is. How entirely expected. By your leave, Inquisitor. Screaming.
Being me feels great. Like pulling on a warm pair of stockings.
Continue with your merry japes. It would be sad were you forced to examine yourself with a critical eye. Are you relieved to have mages back under control?
I wouldn't have had to do that if mages hadn't blown up quite so many chantries.
Yes, I'm certain they did that with no provocation. I should thank you, Inquisitor.
Happy to help, Solus. We should do this more often.
We truly should.
Have I offended you in some way, Solus?
Oh, in some way, yes. Are you relieved to have mages back under control?
Perhaps someday we won't need the circle. Right now, mages are too dangerous.
Of course they are. They've been locked in a tower and told they're monsters all their lives. I should thank you, Inquisitor.
I'm sorry you feel that way, Solus. Will you be taking your leave?
No.
No?
We have a world to save. Until I see a better option, I will stay and lend my services to this Inquisition. Perhaps one day you will even listen. How entirely expected. By your leave, Inquisitor. How entirely expected. By your leave, Inquisitor.
Months? You didn't think to tell me this sooner?
Has it mattered?
I don't know. Has it?
After what happened in Kirkwall, I couldn't.
You seem to have this well in hand.
I thought you had a right to know.
Isn't it? One moment you're trying to restore order in a world gone mad. That should be enough for anyone to handle, yes? Then, out of nowhere, an archdemon appears and kicks you in the head. What? You thought this would be easy?
I was waiting for you to say something worth listening to.
If I did that, we'd be here all day.
There are things worse than silence.
You've clearly never been to the Magisterium's archive. That silence will eat you alive. I always assumed the Elder One behind the Venatori was a Magister.
Clearly the Imperium has no idea.
The Imperium is a land of lies built upon secrets, built upon falsehoods.
So you'll just stand here and whine about it then?
I know. Maybe I'll personally go south and stop Alexius before his plan succeeds. Wait! I already did that! No one will thank me whatever happens. You know that, yes?
That's not why I'm doing this.
I knew there was something clever about you. Oh, and congratulations on that whole leading the Inquisition thing, by the way.
There must be some reason you haven't left. You can't want to stay.
Why? I have to be fond of you to agree with what you're doing. I do think you blunder about, Inquisitor, thrashing like a caged dragon at everything that displeases you. I still believe Corypheus needs to be stopped, and that I need to be here to help stop him.
I don't want your help. I don't need it.
At the moment. That could change. Corypheus was a Magister. He represents everything dark and terrible in my country. I have to help. Even if it means I stand on the sidelines watching, I'll do it. I need to know he's defeated. If that's meaningless to you, then tell me to go and I will.
Fine. I want you to go.
Right. I can't say I'm surprised. Give Corypheus my regards. I'm sure he'll be a handful for you.
Must think me quite the gossip.
Spending time with such an engaging woman is never unpleasant, Lady Montilyet.
Goodness. Well, I'm glad I haven't wasted your day. Well, I've taken up quite enough of your time already. Until next time, Your Worship.
The Maker hasn't shown himself for some time. There's no reason he'd start now.
Perhaps you're right.
You're mostly a criminal. Helping is only a side effect.
So, some people don't even help by accident. I've got questions, right? And all this stuff is going on with the Chantry. Andraste. Things the way it should be. The praying's nice, I suppose. Coryphe's bit, though. Shite. His bit, though. Shite.
Corypheus.
Coryphinus.
Corypheus.
Sack Splash. I know his name. Doesn't deserve the respect of me saying it, does he?
Are you proud of yourself? Of what you've built here? How about the lives you've destroyed along the way? Given much thought to those lately? Is this Inquisition all you wanted it to be? Because I'm disappointed. All I see is a gang of thugs led by a self-serving tyrant.
Why don't you tell me how you really feel?
Of course. I shouldn't have expected you to take this seriously. I do not control your course nor the Inquisition's, only my own. So do as you wish. I will not be party to this any longer.
This is what you truly think of my Inquisition.
You expected me to see things differently. Perhaps I would think your actions were noble? Let's just say we're both disappointed, and leave it there. I do not control your course nor the Inquisition's, only my own. So do as you wish. I will not be party to this any longer. Serving tyrant.
If the Inquisition doesn't live up to your lofty expectations, I can have one of my thugs show you the gate.
Don't trouble yourself. I know where it is.
I need every advantage. I think we can come to an arrangement.
What?
We can come to an arrangement.
But the people he killed.
Regrettable, but a lesson for us both to investigate our targets. Let them live on in our profits.
You're both shitbags.
My people will message yours, Inquisitor. It's good to know our future is in rational hands.
What? What do you want? Because I'm still angry. Angry face. You made a deal with that pisshead. After everything, you made a deal. What is wrong with you?
I don't tolerate people questioning my decisions.
But that was just...
I don't want to hear it. I'm leading too many people to put up with this.
pissing me right off, Inquisitor. We keep up like this, well, it's not good, right?
I'm not putting up with this. The Inquisition. I don't need you.
But... You know what? Good. The way you're going, it's shit. We meet again, Inquisitor. Watch your breeches, because... Oh, frig it. Not worth it. You killed my contacts. My friends.
That is entirely true.
Well, that should be that then.
You're the one who empowered them, made their complaints a threat. Perhaps you should have warned them about talking to you.
3, 2, frigging done!
Now what was the point of that?
Mother puss bucket, frigging bastard, shite-bag piss-face! Eat it, you lop-eared son of an arsenut,
Sarah!
rot piece of...
Sarah!
What?
What are you doing? He might have been useful.
You don't listen to his type. They get in your head.
I decide that. Do you understand?
Loud and clear, yeah. Clearer than it's been. Friends, Inquisitor. Better than his lot any day. Smile off that arse. He was getting in your head.
I don't tolerate people questioning my decisions.
But that was just...
I don't want to hear it. I'm leading too many people to put up with this.
pissing me right off, Inquisitor. We keep up like this, it's... well, it's not good, right?
I need all the help I can get, but consider this a warning.
Well, understood. Hop to and all that. If you need me, I'll be waiting for some barking arse to give me orders. So hard to get. Stupid. Everyone.
Sarah, I don't think you're fitting in the way we need.
Not fitting? Are you daft? You're fighting holes in the sky and you're getting rid of people? No, not people. Just me. I get it.
No easy way to say it. You should just leave.
That's so. Well, it's easy to say you should lump it. You can't kick me out. I quit. In fact, I was never here. A Jenny in the Inquisition. She's with the people. Always was. Piss up a rope.
Will we be taking heads right here in the hall?
Goodness, no. If such an option is available, it will be done elsewhere. And it may not be necessary. You may judge the former Magister as you see fit.
After what he's done, it's time someone did.
I couldn't save my son. Do you think my fate matters to me?
Will you offer nothing more in your defense?
You've won nothing. The people you saved, the acclaim you've gathered. You'll lose it all in the storm to come. Render your judgment, Inquisitor.
You served a monster, Alexius. There's nothing more to be said. You'll die now by my hand. Again.
What do you mean? Again? Inquisitor! Did the spell work?
Not on your life.
As you wish.
That's the last of them.
Well, I didn't think our meeting would end like this.
We'll deal with these assassins.
I have some thoughts. Let's discuss them back at Skyhold. I'll feel safer with the castle's walls around me.
I want a tighter watch. The House of Repose isn't our only enemy.
It won't happen again, Your Worship.
You don't think much of the current Orlesian nobility?
I do not.
I don't think we'll be missed from the party for a while.
Are you quite serious?
For the pleasure of your company, Minister. Absolutely.
Lock the door. And fetch me some pillows.
I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Such a gracious woman deserves nothing less.
Such talk. I'm quite overcome.
Should I stop?
Oh, no. I mean, yes. I meant no, I don't... Well, if you meant to draw a blush to my cheeks, you've completely succeeded. Let's return to Skyhold before anyone notices.
So, Alexius is dead. All the good he once stood for, his integrity, his beliefs. He betrayed them all. I won't say he didn't deserve death. I just wish there'd been another way.
Inquisitor, may I have a word? I notice you've paid Lady Montelier quite a number of compliments.
What does that have to do with you?
An entanglement with our ambassador seems most unwise. I asked Josephine to join the Inquisition because we needed a diplomat, not so she could be toyed with.
Whatever is between me and Josephine is none of your concern.
I disagree, Inquisitor. I brought her here. Josephine's no stranger to courtly intrigue. But love? There she's an innocent. She has no idea you are truly attracted to her. If indeed you are.
What do you have against the idea of me being attracted to Josephine?
I have not known you long, Inquisitor. Neither has Josephine. Her heart is easily carried away. I want to be sure it's taken by someone who truly cares. So, if you feel anything towards Josephine, I want to know.
Yes, I'm very attracted to Josephine.
Is that so? Whatever is between you, I ask that you treat her with kindness. For her sake, as well as yours.
Josephine and I aren't children.
I'm aware how little my opinion counts in matters of the heart. I will not trouble you any further, but I do watch over my friends. Good day, Your Worship.
That just gave me quite the speech.
What about?
About us.
Oh, she is impossible. Might we discuss this somewhere more private?
Leliana said I was an innocent in love?
More or less.
Of all the... I'm quite capable of understanding our association. I've never thought your intentions were overly romantic, Inquisitor. I assure you.
Perhaps I should have composed a ballad then. Or sent roses.
What? You mean you do? We've only just... I didn't wish to presume you harbored any tender feelings for me.
But I am attracted to you. Quite, in fact.
But we haven't even known each other a few short months. How can you declare this liking for me after such a brief time together?
I don't know why I can't stop thinking about you, Josephine. I only know that I do.
I would not object to a closer relationship between us, my lord. If That sounds agreeable to you.
You have no idea how happy I am to hear that.
Well, then.
Let's meet away from prying eyes for a while. Just you and me.
A meeting? I could find a place for us to... Oh, together. My word. Well, then, do lead the way.
Why was Liliana so set against us being together, Josephine?
Think nothing of it. She'd disapprove of anyone I chose to keep serious company with. Back in Valroyo, Liliana was practically my older sister.
So you two never had a romantic history together?
A romantic... You did hear me say Liliana was like a sister to me. She's a most dear friend, and nothing more.
Has our being together set any tongue wagging?
Undoubtedly. A rumor already gave you a dozen suitors the moment you took your title.
Who were these rumors pairing me with?
I can only speak to what was whispered in several courts.
Josephine.
To begin with, Cassandra, Liliana, Colin, Dorian, Mother Giselle, Enchanter Fiona, Chancellor Roderick, 3 Rs, 2 Counts, and some man named Philip. Honestly, I don't think he even exists.
I thought we might go somewhere a little more private for a while.
I have so much to do, but... Oh, let's do. After you.
Let's see what we have.
Don't get out of line. That's all I ask.
Fair enough. Huh. I've been a Grey Warden, Grand Enchanter, leader of a rebellion, and now I am none of those things.
And what? You were hoping that would patch things up with him?
No. It's too late for that. I only wanted to know if he was happy. His father had such hopes for him.
You're taking this rather seriously.
He is, isn't he? You need to come to terms with my inevitable victory.
I think I'll pass.
Of course.
You're about to relive those childhood defeats. This game is mine.
This may be the longest we've gone without discussing the Inquisition or related matters. To be honest, I appreciate the distraction.
We both have work to do. There's nothing wrong with focusing on it.
True. Well, I believe the game is mine.
Wait, what?
Dorian cheats at this as well.
I'm with you, Lord Chancellor. Show me.
Then let's get to the physicalities.
Hey, what's this?
You said you wanted to see your original family crest. I found one for you.
I'm astonished. I'd given up hope that any example of the early family crest still existed. It even has our first motto, back from when we had a trading fleet to speak of. From sea to shore, we tame the waves.
It took some hunting, but I persevered.
This will mean a great deal to my entire family. Thank you.
It's not that I'm not excited about this, but why are we excited about this?
Hear me out, Your Worship.
Inquisitor Ameridan died saving Orlais from a dragon. How could history just forget that?
Not forgotten. Forbidden. Darkspawn in the north. All of Orlais afraid. Then... dead.
You're too dangerous to remain here.
That is hardly necessary. The spirit is no danger to anyone.
I will not fight. I tried to remember. For Talana.
Then I wish you luck in their service.
Thank you, Your Worship. I'll make you proud.
What in... Charming.
The Inquisitor? We didn't know you were here, sir. Please don't tell anyone.
Why would people care what you're up to?
Lonnie's mum and dad think I'm bad for her.
Let's be sure she leaves us in one piece.
What he did can't be overlooked, no matter the motive.
There's no cure for the blight. But I couldn't convince anyone to leave a sick child or husband behind.
War forces terrible choices on us. But justice demands its due. Gregory Dedrick, I sentence you to a swift death.
The day has come at last. Maker, forgive my sins.
There's a Tevinter assassin on the loose, Gaspard. Finding him is my priority.
Are you serious?
You're not gonna find it standing here.
Not spare a moment of pity for a soul in need?
Is all this worry just for my sake?
You're going in there unarmed. If anything happens to you...
Someone here is working for Tevinter.
To the uninitiated, the court is full of intrigues which might seem sinister, Inquisitor. But they are of little note.
You're in danger. End the ball. Send everyone away.
Inquisitor, we suspect that our court has overwhelmed you.
I need an alliance, not a conditional promise.
Her Majesty believes in the Inquisition.
If I heard correctly, you'd like to stop the rebel mages. We share a common goal.
I thought you had forged an alliance with the rebel leader, Fiona.
The rebels have been reined in. They will be kept under watch.
My steward will contact your ambassador. I have skilled people who could be put to great use.
Gentlemen. If you want something, say it.
I am Morrigan.
Greetings, my lady. What are you talking about? Of course not.
It sounded so romantic.
Aren't you supposed to be negotiating, Ambassador?
Welcome to the Imperial Court, friend.
If I did kill him, what would you do?
Well, I wouldn't believe you, for one.
He can try, but I'll stop him.
I wish you luck. Better than luck, I wish you success.
I won't stand by and let her die.
Listen to me carefully, Inquisitor.
I have urgent business to attend.
That is why I am here.
I don't care what the spies overhear.
You should. They report your every look and gesture directly to your enemies. Come. Know about our little war.
I know as much as I need.
Such wit and vivacity. You dazzle me. It took great effort to arrange tonight's negotiations. Yet one party would use this occasion for blackest treason. The security of the Empire is at stake. Neither one of us wishes to see it fall.
I'm here to make sure it doesn't.
Perhaps the Maker truly has sent you to us. The world is filled with doubt and uncertainty. Fear rules more hearts than any empire. I know you arrived here as a guest of my brother Gaspard, and have been everywhere in the palace. You are a curiosity to many, Inquisitor, and a matter of concern to some.
The court can think whatever they want. It makes no difference to me.
It should matter. The people here could be powerful allies or powerful enemies. You should choose carefully which ones you intend to provoke. Do you even yet know who is friend and who is foe? Who in the court can be trusted?
The Grand Duke has my full confidence.
How far will you go, I wonder, for the sake of that allegiance? It cannot have escaped your notice that certain parties are engaged in dangerous machinations tonight.
If you know something, tell me.
You have little time. The attack will come soon. You must stop Gaspard before he strikes. In the Royal Wing Garden, you will find the captain of my brother's mercenaries. He knows all Gaspard's secrets. I'm sure you can persuade him to be forthcoming. May Andraste guide you, Inquisitor.
If the nobles knew you were keeping elven trinkets in the royal vault, it would cause a scandal.
You are right, of course.
The Empress of Orlais can't afford that kind of sentimentality.
Indeed. It was a relic of another life, Inquisitor. One that is over.
I understand you're a chevalier. I've undergone similar training.
Ah, yes. A popular topic of conversation.
Oh?
You may not wear the title, but to study. The free marcher turned knight. You've captured imaginations.
I don't need to prove myself to them.
The court must find your candor novel. Or do you save it for me? Find a drink, and we shall toast to it.
Oh, thank you.
It's all right now. You're safe. What happened?
It's not what it looks like. Honestly, I would have preferred it if it were what it looks like. The Empress led me to believe I would be rewarded for betraying the Grand Duke. This was not what I hoped for.
How did you betray Gaspard?
The Empress beguiled me into giving her information about plans for troop movements in the palace tonight. She knows everything. Everything. The Duke's surprise attack has been countered before it ever began. She's turned it into a trap. The moment he strikes, she'll have him arrested for treason.
Clever Celine. Even I'm impressed.
Oh, Orlesians.
Enjoy the rest of the party.
Wait! No! Let me out of here!
Spare me the repartee and tell me why you're here.
Such manners. Did they raise you in a sty?
You won't get away with this, Florian.
But I already have.
Aren't you supposed to be a soldier? Act like one.
The pay's not good enough to keep my calm, friend.
I need you to tell that to the Empress.
Do these people ever not stab each other in the back? Just curious.
You saved my life. I owe you. And Gaspard still hasn't paid me.
The Duchess will assassinate Celine personally. Wait for her to strike, then grab her.
As you command.
Let all gathered attend. Her Imperial Majesty will now address the court.
My friends, we have lost much. We have each seen a child, a lover, a friend consigned to the flames. The darkness has closed in around us, but even now there is light. We must be that light.
My friends, we are here to witness a historic moment. A great change is coming for all of us. Isn't that right, Gaspard?
Florian! What have you done?
Don't be coy. It went just as we planned. I did this for you, brother.
Me? Have you gone mad?
No, not Gaspard. You did this for Corypheus.
What a terrible guest you are, interrupting your host. For Corypheus! Kill them!
Not on my watch.
That is precisely why I led you out here, Inquisitor. Inquisitor?
You've been beaten. You'll never get near the Empress.
Oh, Inquisitor, your jokes are so charming.
It's no joke. Your plan to assassinate the Empress has failed. You said you needed to keep me out of the ballroom in order to strike. The Chalon family crest. It was your knife, not Gaspard's, used to murder the council emissary. You brought your brother, your cousin, and your most hated enemies together so you could wipe them all out.
This is very entertaining, but you do not imagine anyone believes your wild stories.
That will be a matter for a judge to decide, cousin.
Gaspard? You cannot believe this. You know I would never... Gaspard?
At least this time, justice will be swift. Your Imperial Majesty, I think we should speak in private. Elsewhere.
Your sister attempted regicide in front of the entire court, Gaspard.
I beat you all at your great game. You work for me now.
We'll see how long this lasts.
Get ready to march your troops into battle. The real war begins now.
But tonight, we celebrate the arrival of peace.
There's plenty of opportunity for that later. I wanted some air. I've just returned from the Winter Palace. It will have to wait.
I know you must be weary, Inquisitor.
Josephine has already told you this is impossible.
The Inquisitor has only just returned and has important business to attend to.
The Grand Duchess is the assassin. Don't let her anywhere near the Empress.
Duchess? At once, Inquisitor.
Let all gathered attend. Her imperial...
Friends and lovers claimed by war. The sky is torn open. Our divine is dead. And many fear the end of all things comes upon us. Orlais must stand as so shall it ever stand. This would not have been possible without the efforts of many. Dear cousin, please step forward.
Grand Duchess, stand down!
Now! For Corypheus, kill them all!
Cullen, protect the people!
Yes, Inquisitor!
I don't have time for your self-pity. You brought this on yourself.
How perceptive. I did arrange every event of the evening, including this one.
First sign of trouble and you're out.
I am not joining you.
I get you anything? A drink, perhaps?
Would you care to dance with me, Lady Josephine?
I was hoping you'd ask, my lord. I do not believe a reminder is necessary for this accused. Her capture and disgrace could not have been more public. Grand Duchess Floriane de Chalon, although her titles are among the dignities already at risk of forfeiture. You spared her life despite her treachery. What becomes of it now falls to you.
Empress Celine left her fate to me. Interesting.
Despite her posture, Lady Floriane has acknowledged your authority.
Lady Floriane. I've no use for the failed lieutenants of the enemy. I imposed exile. Shove her in a tower somewhere.
The fate of many no longer desired by the court, your worship.
This wasn't my idea. It is an issue born of titles and heir apparency and... Halam Shiral is having difficulty freeing trade routes formerly controlled by Duchess Floriane. Had she been tried, her assets would be forfeit and considerable bureaucracy avoided. So they ask that we judge her.
This is supposed to make sense. I'm judging a box.
That was the time allotted for rebuttal. Her crimes negated any claim to... Forgive me, there is an odor.
I call for rehabilitation. The skull should do public theater about the evils of evil. I also judge the box. End table for orphans.
That's quite enough, Inquisitor. Point taken.
Are you serious? I did my part. She's dead.
That was the time allotted for rebuttal. Her crimes negated.
There is worth and weight in every judgment, no matter how unusual. Grand Duchess Floriane de Chalon, guilty. Your claims are forfeit. I assume, Josephine, this is enough?
Quite, Inquisitor. And again, my apologies.
I need to have a few words with my publisher. The first one will be you, and the second one will be Bastard. They've claimed for years my crime serials don't sell in Orlais. So why is the Council of Heralds asking me for autographs? Sorry, distracted. Anyway, you need something?
If I go the rest of my life without ever dealing with the Great Game again, I will die happy.
Sadly, as the Inquisitor, it is unlikely you will live without further courtly machinations. Unless the rest of your life is very short. In which case, I doubt you will die happy. In any event, Celine...
Briala brought it on herself, Solus. I did what had to be done.
All right. Why would I disapprove of... Oh, because we're both elves.
You are an elf, and a powerful mage as well. Have you ever considered trying to help your people?
How? By attacking Orlesian nobles? Should I skulk around the Dales, mourning my lost heritage? I joined the Inquisition to save the world. Regardless of who my people are, this was the best way to help them. As for the elves of Orlais, I believe Briala is doing quite well on their behalf. She is an admirable woman.
Briala only cares about elves.
True. It is not her vision I admire. She organized resistance against a powerful enemy, using only her wits and the resources at hand. That demands respect, especially in a world where most would look at her and only see a pair of pointed ears.
On your way. We'll finish this later.
Something I should know?
Is it necessary for you to know everything? Is this a rule I've previously been unaware of?
You have a problem?
Me? A problem? Why? Whatever could you possibly mean?
Out with it. You clearly want to say something.
As you wish. That man is a ship captain. I'm arranging travel back to the Imperium.
When?
When this is done. When Corypheus is dead, or I am. Then I'll be in urn traveling.
Why wait until then? Go now.
And give everyone the satisfaction of pretending no Tevinter ever stood against Corypheus? Tempting, but no.
What do you mean by that?
What do I mean? You must be joking. There are so many issues I could raise. Where should I begin? You have no interest in the welfare of the rebel mages, turning them into your own private army? You could have made a deal with the Elven Sentinels. We could have learned from them, but no. It's obvious. There's no reason to remain once Corypheus is defeated. He's the real enemy, but you... Watching you spread across Thedas like some cancerous growth sickens me. Feel better? Do you? I can't say I'm not a little relieved. This wasn't going anywhere good. Good luck against Corypheus. Send him my best.
There are many rules at Skyhold. Didn't you get the instructions?
Clearly the messenger misplaced it.
A shame, considering one of the rules is no strangers in Skyhold without my approval.
As you wish. That man is a ship captain. I'm arranging travel back to the Imperium.
And what? You were going to sneak out in the night without a word?
Why not? The only words I have for you are rather choice.
What do you mean by that?
What do I mean?
Just go. Now.
You're kicking me out? I can't say I'm not a little relieved. This wasn't going anywhere good. Good luck against Corypheus. Send him my best.
I was just asking, Dorian. Is that so terrible?
You don't think that if I had something to tell you, I would?
I don't know. Would you?
As you wish. That man...
You don't need to. There's a place for you here.
A place? Oh yes, I'm well aware of what my place is here.
What do you mean by that?
What do I mean?
I wish it didn't have to end this way.
I don't have to agree with your choices or even like you. I'm here for one purpose only. I'll help against Corypheus if you let me. But afterwards, I shan't linger.
I'm not here to be your friend.
I'll help against Corypheus if you let me. But afterwards, I shan't linger. Feel better? Do you? I can't say I'm not a little relieved. This wasn't going anywhere good. Good luck against Corypheus. Send him my best.
Why does the Divine need a successor? Who cares if her throne is empty?
If there's no divine, there is no Chantry. Perhaps that is your wish. You may not think much of the Chantry Inquisitor, but we need it. Mages now? If the Chantry falls, don't you think the people will blame magic?
It was the Chantry that taught people hate and fear.
If the Chantry led them to this place, it can lead them out of it.
This doesn't seem like my concern.
As you say, I shall remember this, my dear.
Vivienne.
My dear Inquisitor, whatever can I do for you?
You're meddling with my fortress.
Your fortress? Darling, Skyhold belongs to the Inquisition.
This is ridiculous. Stop acting like a child, Vivienne.
Thus speaks the Inquisitor who has made so many mature and level-headed choices lately. Your responsibility and foresight are a model to us all. Truly, you are a wonder to behold. I rearranged some furniture. Lives are not thrown into jeopardy by this. Perhaps a little perspective is wanted here.
Quit the needling and the snide remarks. If you want to pick a fight, pick a fight.
I'm not fighting with anyone, darling. I merely wanted to see what you'd do. You are the current leader of the Inquisition. It's good to know your limits. And now I do. Be a dear and run along now, Inquisitor. I have so much to attend to.
Vivienne.
My dear Inquisitor, whatever...
I get the feeling there's something you'd like to say to me.
I'm sure I have no idea what you mean. Why in the world would I want to talk to you?
If this amuses you, go right ahead. I'll fix it all later.
Oh yes, fixing things is certainly your strong suit, isn't it, dear? Your responsibility and foresight are a model to us all. Truly, you are a wonder to behold. I rearranged some furniture.
What are you playing at? What was the point of this little prank?
I merely wanted to see what you'd do. You are the current leader of the Inquisition. It's good to know your limits. And now I do. Be a dear and run along now, Inquisitor. I have so much to attend to.
Why did I find movers changing all my furniture?
I'm sure I don't know, darling. Perhaps your old furniture was full of lice and fleas.
What exactly is this all about, Vivienne?
I'll speak slowly for you, my dear. I know it's hard to follow. Your responsibility and foresight are a model to us all. Truly, you are a wonder to behold. I rearranged some furniture. Lives are not thrown into jeopardy by this. Perhaps a little perspective is wanted here.
You can't make me angry with a few words and a silly prank.
I merely wanted to see what you'd do. You are the current leader of the Inquisition. It's good to know your limits. And now I do. Be a dear and run along now, Inquisitor. I have so much to attend to.
And just who is your mother?
Mother is the inheritor. She who awaits the next stage.
Will his father be joining us as well?
'Twould be most unlikely. His father helped raise Kieran for a time, but events have conspired to take him elsewhere. So 'tis but the two of us, Inquisitor. Your fortress is a large place, and you will scarce notice our presence.
Just don't hold anything back. We need every advantage.
Some might think Corypheus a madman for seeking godhood.
You were in Ferelden during the Blight?
The Blight began in the Kokari Wilds, so yes, I experienced it firsthand. Indeed, I fought at the hero of Ferelden's side for a time. He is the reason the Blight was defeated. We became close. Closer than I even thought possible. When I left, he pursued me. And after that, I came to Orlais. The last place one would look for me, or such was my hope.
Clerics are still sequestered. If no one steps forward, they will debate until...
And you think I could make them agree? I've heard enough for one day, Mother Giselle.
What's going on now?
I assume you've heard that Leliana and I are both candidates to be the next Divine.
Why even consider it? Who cares about the Chantry?
I care.
The Chantry has failed, Cassandra.
I'm not surprised a non-believer would say that. I wonder if the legions of faithful throughout Thedas would agree with you.
Perhaps the Chantry needs more than just change.
You mean get rid of it entirely? I disagree. Without the Chantry, the faithful would be lost. The Chantry must simply be more responsible in how it leads.
I don't see why you think the Chantry is so worthy of reform.
I am not so quick to abandon it, or the principles for which it stands.
No offense, Bull, but I think you're on your own.
Nah, suit yourself.
Is he always like this?
I'm afraid so.
They can fight?
We can fight, can't we, boys?
Man can beat the Chargers!
I want to take the hardest blow an enemy can land, look him in the eye, and laugh.
Ha! Nice. And while you do that, I can move in on the flank and hamstring him. Killing an enemy is good, but embarrassing him first is even better.
She has opinions.
If I wanted Sarah's opinions, I'd be talking to her.
And learning some colorful new idioms, no doubt.
Every time I've seen blood magic used, it has been for some evil purpose.
I once saw a woman stabbed in the stomach with a dagger. She died slowly, in agony. It was repulsive. If the Chantry outlawed daggers, would that stop people from using them? Of course not. Some would use daggers in secret, shamed, and some would find rebellion titillating, step down the path of depravity.
It doesn't matter how they arrived there. Most blood mages use their power for the wrong reasons.
Yes, but not all. I once saw a blood mage healer who shed her own blood to close a patient's wounds. Although, admittedly, you are unlikely to find her here.
You're a mage. You studied the Breach. And you seem to have some idea how a bastard like this might think.
I'm flattered.
I thought you had everything under control. What's going on?
It's fine.
What do you intend to do?
Cassandra's right. I should stay. I need to... I don't know.
Good. Winning this war will take everything we've got. Every soldier here has made sacrifices. Those soldiers need... No, they deserve you at your best. Is that clear?
Yes, Inquisitor. There will be no further distractions. You have my word.
What can I do for you, my dear? Is it too much to hope that you've brought me the heart of the snowy wyvern?
I've got the heart.
Words cannot begin to express my relief. Thank you, Inquisitor. Please accept this as your payment. I must begin work immediately. I should apologize. I must admit that I had completely misjudged you, Inquisitor. I would like you to come with me to see this through. This should only take a moment, Inquisitor. I'm here, my darling. It should be working by now. My darling? Bastien?
We shouldn't linger.
There's nothing here now. You deliberately sabotaged my formula. How unexpectedly cunning.
I tricked you. What's your point?
Deception requires a certain amount of intellect and concentration. I didn't think you had it in you, darling. I will have to bear this in mind in the future. We're done here. Do be a dear and run along. Off to another crisis, my dear. It has taken its toll on you.
I'd like to know more about you, Madame Vivienne.
How sweet of you, my dear. But I'm sure there's nothing I can say that you don't already know.
You really thought I would just play along with whatever you asked. Short-sighted of you, Vivienne.
I expected a betrayal, of course. I simply didn't think you were clever enough to commit sabotage. I will have to bear this in mind in the future. We're done here. Do be a dear and run along.
You had to know not to trust me.
You're quite right, my dear. I foolishly mistook your naivety and blatant lack of subtlety for simpleness. I will have to bear this in mind in the future. We're done here. Do be a dear and run along.
Do you think that you and I might someday...
Oh, don't be ridiculous, darling. You're no use to me at all.
I was willing to let you send reports, if the Canari are making demands.
Just hear it out, boss.
I've little interest in dealing with the Canari.
I can understand that. Might be worth hearing him out, though.
There's too much risk here, and I won't stick my neck out for the Canari.
Your call, boss. It feels weird to me too, but I don't think they'd lie about this. If you change your mind, I'll mark the meeting point in the war room.
I'm only here because we both want to stop Corypheus.
Indeed.
The Chargers can't stand against that kind of force.
No, they can't.
Your men need to hold that position, Bull.
They do that, they're dead.
And if they don't, the Venatori retake it and the Dreadnought is dead. You'd be throwing away an alliance between the Inquisition and the Canari. You'd be declaring yourself Talvishoth. With all you've given the Inquisition, half the Ben Hassra think you've betrayed us already. I stood up for you, Hisrad. I told them you would never become Talvishoth.
They're my men.
I know, but you need to do what's right, Hisrad. For this alliance, and for the Qun.
We need to hold that hill at all costs.
Yeah.
Will the Chargers hold long enough?
Yeah. They'll get it done.
Hisrad, I'm sorry. I know that wasn't easy.
It doesn't matter. The Qun demanded it. Dreadnought's clear. Let's get out of here. Hey, boss.
Inquisitor, my superiors have named you Basilit An. It means respected one. We would be honored to join you in the fight against Corypheus. You'll have Canari support on the seas, as well as our full intelligence network.
We paid dearly for that support. It better be worth it.
You won't be disappointed, Inquisitor. Hisrad. Marasis Shokra.
Panahedan, Kat. A Qunari alliance. That's a first.
We'll speak more later.
Sounds good. Have a good one.
The nobility needed a shock. Corypheus played them all for fools.
I agree completely.
The nobles of Orlais were worried about their own health, not the Empress's. My favorite moment of the evening is still our waltz in the garden.
I could have danced with you for hours. We must do it again sometime. It's just us. I brought the Inquisitor.
Warden Loghain Muktia. I believe we have a common cause, Inquisitor.
There was a Loghain who joined the Wardens after he lost Ferelden's throne.
The traitor Terran. Yes. I've heard all the names.
Then that's you.
I've been a warden for 10 years. They will never fully consider me theirs. Something I've had cause to be grateful for recently.
I came here for information about Corypheus. The calling doesn't concern me.
Yes, it does. The calling warns a Grey Warden that his corruption will soon claim him, that he is dying.
We need the Warden's help. This is the worst possible time for such lunacy.
A blight nearly destroyed Ferelden. A blight without wardens to stop it might well destroy the world.
In death, I'm sorry.
Sacrifice.
I've killed demons before. If I have to kill a few Warden mages as well, so be it.
You may have to kill a few, yes.
That's all I needed to know.
Oh, please. Gratitude will be...
The mages killed their fellow Wardens. Nothing can justify that. If the fortress is vulnerable, let's just pound it to rubble.
Even with a trebuchet, that would take months.
Whatever it takes, Callum. If we lose here, we lose everything.
Understood, Inquisitor.
Lay down your weapons and surrender. Never! Wardens, attack!
I came to save people from the Blight.
And so you shall, child.
Stop them! We must complete the ritual!
It's done, Clarel! There will be no ritual and no demon army!
Then the Blight rises with no wardens left to stop it!
Elf is reacting to our presence here, much more strongly than I've ever seen before. Perhaps it's because we're here physically, instead of simply visiting in dreams.
The stories say you walked out of the Faded Haven.
How should I know? I'm not exactly an authority on the subject.
What was it like last time?
I don't even remember last time.
Well, whatever happened at Haven,
This is shitty. I'll fight whatever you give me, boss. But nobody said nothing about getting dragged through the ass end of Demon Town.
In the real world, the rift...
What are you, a spirit? A demon? The real Divine couldn't have survived Haven.
Couldn't she?
How do we hurt it?
That's a little optimistic, isn't it?
You hurt it by escaping the Fade and leading your people against Corypheus.
That wasn't what I meant.
I know. But for now, it is the best answer I can give you.
That's it?
Yes.
That tells me nothing. Not about Corypheus or a weakness for the demon, or even a way out of here. All it tells me is that I should break his damned orb next time it starts glowing.
Yet, even that information may one day help you. You cannot escape the lair of the nightmare until you regain all that it took from you.
The Wardens carry out a vital duty, but they also go too far. They need to be controlled.
Inquisitor?
Loghain!
Fight well. You will not die while I draw breath.
For the Warden! They need something to believe in.
I suppose escaping by the skin of your teeth isn't as good for morale.
Warden Loghain is dead. Thanks to all of you. He alone stood against Chlorel's madness. If not for him, you'd be dead, or slaves to a servant of the Blight. And you repaid that by branding him a traitor.
Inquisitor, we have no one left of any significant rank.
You leave. There was one warden among you who spoke up for what was right, and he's dead now. By the authority of the Inquisition, you are banished from southern Thedas.
Hope we don't need him later.
Hawk will oversee your return to the Warden Fortress at Weishaupt.
Yes, your worship.
Good luck with your Inquisition. Try not to start an exalted march on anything.
And take care of Varric for me.
It won't stop Corypheus. We need to keep up the offensive.
Agreed.
We're taking down Corypheus before he takes any more lives.
You know, sometimes when you say shit like that, I almost start to believe it.
I've been looking all over for you. I've just received the most terrible news.
What is it?
I'm engaged.
To me?
For the past year, my mother and father have searched Antiva for a match for me. They had no idea you and I had grown so close. Today, I received a letter declaring they've betrothed me to Lord Adorno Cielo Tranto of Antiva. I must deal with this. But until then, we cannot be seen in a compromising situation. I'm so sorry.
Are you saying we should act like nothing has happened between us?
No, not at all. But it is not right that we carry on while I am betrothed. I must break off the match first.
Have you and this Antivan lord ever even met?
No. Perhaps, maybe at a cotillion some years ago. Oh, this is not what I wanted to happen. I barely remember Lord Otranto. I must see to this. And to my other duties. If I can keep my mind on them today at all. To challenge him to a duel for my favor.
Arrange the duel with Lord Otranto, then.
What? No, Inquisitor, please. That was said in jest. The traditional form of dueling among Antiva nobles isn't usually fatal, but there's always a chance of harm. I hardly wish to see you skewered on a sword point for the sake of my honor.
To work?
And find someone else to do it.
This must be in my own words. As if...
Why should anyone care what historians think?
The original Inquisition did not care either, and history remembers them poorly. You may not be worried about your legacy now, but one day you might, and by then, it will be too late.
I think it was a spirit, that's all.
Perhaps it saw Justinia's soul.
You were not yourself that day.
Perhaps not.
So you're fine?
The Inquisition's Templars are well armed. This won't take long.
That's not what I meant.
Everything's fine, Inquisitor. I always wanted to be a Templar, to protect people. After Ferelden, I served out of fear, and because I was compelled. I thought if I'd removed the part that kept me chained, I would find my own purpose again.
Templars make sacrifices so they can serve the people. Isn't that the life you've chosen?
It is. I will serve them by serving the Inquisition.
You're scared of demons.
Of course I'm scared of demons. Who in their right mind isn't? I mean, not like, oh, real demons. Big ones with fangs and crap. You're not gonna hit me, are you?
You're scared. This isn't going to help.
It helped in the old days. Get the piss scared out of you, then go through some pain exercises. Learn to master it. For the Kunari, demons are the scariest thing out there. More so than dragons. Even mages. Possession, losing your mind. That's the worst thing that can happen to you.
Stop worrying. If you get possessed, I'll kill you.
Thanks. You think I'd have gotten over the superstitions from back home? I don't care about mages. Living so long out here, most Kunari would say I've already lost my mind. And I know that's not true. At least, I'm pretty sure that's... Well, shit, that's probably what it is. You could have just hit me.
You could tell me what you're doing here.
I suppose I do need your help. We saw so many Red Templars at the assault on Haven.
They're gone. What difference does it make where they are?
I don't expect you to understand. I cannot even claim that rescuing them would be beneficial. They wouldn't look kindly on the Inquisition.
So, the Ben Hasrath.
We will need to handle this carefully. And King Marcus of Navarra. For both monarchs to come to us is nearly unheard of.
More proof the Inquisition's fame has spread.
Fame is one thing. Asking for help is another. Archon Redanus requests that the Inquisition, as a neutral party, destroy a Venatori cult on the Nevarran-Tevinter border. King Marcus asks the same, but demands we pledge allegiance to Navarra instead of Tevinter.
I actually have relatives in Navarra. If you reason with the Archon, Trevelyan's can persuade King Marcus we should help both countries.
Letting the Inquisition curry favor with both Tevinter and Navarra. Most ideal. Adamant's influence continues, your worship. I submit Lord Livius Erimond of Virantium, who remains loyal to Corypheus. We found him alive, offering extreme resistance, likely because the Order will ask for his head. In more colorful terms. To say nothing of justice you might personally require for what was suffered in the Fade.
Countless better men and women than you are dead. Why shouldn't this be quick?
I recognize none of this proceeding. You have no authority to judge me.
On the contrary.
Blades, and free me from the physical. Glory awaits me.
Lord Erimond, any protection you thought you had has apparently been withdrawn. You will die by my hand.
Petty actions. Truth lies in the next world.
Another of the lingering pains of Adamant, your worship. Sir Ruth is a senior warden of the Order. She was one of the many who slit the throat of another to bind a demon. She does not contest this. In fact, she surrendered to us.
Asking for no mercy seems redundant, given the crime.
There is no excuse for my actions. I murdered another of the Order.
Sir Ruth, I am not a blade you can fall on to hide from your responsibilities. There's no shortage of ways a warden can die. Drag this deserter back to the Order.
I can't do this anymore. I never asked for this.
Your worship, may I deliver a message from Lord Adorno Cielo Trantovativa? His lordship accepts your request for a duel for the affection of Lady Montelier. He awaits your pleasure in Val Royal.
Your master had better bring a first-rate healer with him.
The Otrantos do not fear a fair fight, but I will convey your advice. Good day to you.
I am Lord Otranto of Antiva, rightfully betrothed of Lady Josephine Montilyet. Songs of your exploits have spread to my city, Inquisitor. It's humbling to make your acquaintance. It is a pity it will not last longer. Before we duel, I trust you find the weapon to your satisfaction.
Am I not allowed to pick my means of defense?
I am the wounded party in this duel. Tradition dictates that I select our weapons. Of course, if you fear you might be clumsy with such a refined instrument, there is no shame in a forfeit.
Not on your life.
Then let us begin. An admirable start, Inquisitor. Perhaps House Trevelyan isn't the obscure backwater I've heard it to be. I'm glad Lady Montilyet isn't here, exquisite as I've heard her appearance to be. Cutting you down in front of Josephine would have given a poor first impression of House Otranto to my bride.
You won't so much as touch her!
Neither will you, Inquisitor, unless you—
Stop!
Josephine!
Lady Montilyet, what a pleasure to—
What are you doing?
Josephine, I can't take the chance that you might have to marry him.
That's not your decision. The Inquisition needs you. I need you. Yet you threw yourself into danger. Why do this? Why risk everything we've built? Why risk your life?
Because I love you.
You do?
He does?
And I mean it. Every word.
I love you too.
Well fought.
Lord Otranto.
I'd assumed your liaison with the Inquisitor was an affair of passion or convenience, Lady Montilyet. But I'm not fool enough to stand in the way of true affection. The Otrantos regretfully withdraw the terms of our betrothal.
Thank you.
Do not thank me. I know when I'm outmatched.
Josephine, I've never been happier in my life.
We're tempting fate with such talk. But neither have I. Just do kiss me again. I can't stop thinking about your duel in Val Royeaux. Running into the middle of the crowd, the noise, the swords flashing. I was so worried for you, but at the same time, well, it was the most exciting thing I've seen in ages.
If that's the case, I think you're spending too much time indoors.
It is your Inquisition that keeps me so busy. You know, when I first laid eyes on you back at Haven, I hadn't an inkling we'd become so close.
But you at least told yourself, my, what a stunningly handsome man.
You are too much. These moments seem so dear, especially given your greater calling. Sometimes I must remind myself that I'm required to share you with the rest of the world.
If that's the case, you really should learn to be more selfish.
I'm willing to make an attempt.
For all their eagerness to shed blood for their cause, we will still need them should another blight arise. It's fortunate my warden was not there, or he would surely have been in the middle of it.
Your warden?
You might know him as the Hero of Ferelden. A lofty title, though he wears it well.
Where's your warden now?
My love is on a quest to combat the Calling. The actual calling that signals the end of a warden's life. If he is successful, it will mean a long life for him. Perhaps for them all. Once Corypheus has been defeated, I fully intend to join my love once more. Kieran misses him greatly.
It seems odd he went on an adventure and you stayed behind.
We are neither of us so weak we would die of loneliness. Where he went, Kieran could not follow, and thus I remained behind to look after our son. We will be together again soon enough, and I am glad of it.
How can the calling be stopped? Is that actually possible?
Grand Enchanter Fiona was once a Grey Warden, but something removed the blight from her blood. Similarly, a warden mage named Avernus performed experiments that prolonged his life to unnatural lengths. So, we know it is possible. Indeed, 'twas I who found the lead my love now follows in the Western lands. Success is not guaranteed, of course, but he has never lacked for determination.
Are the two of you happy together?
The three of us, and it is little business of yours. But yes, I never thought to find someone in this world I could trust as an equal. He has been a good partner, and a good father. And now I pray we discuss something else, lest these honeyed words make me vomit.
Is there any way the hero of Ferelden could help us against Corypheus?
'Tis unlikely. Corypheus uses the blight, but he is not controlled by it like a true Darkspawn. Still, my love has ever been resourceful. I can give the Inquisition a means to send him a message. He will think this means I miss him, of course. Oh, he will be insufferably pleased with himself. I hope you appreciate this sacrifice, Inquisitor.
I'd never put up with treachery just for the chance to shake someone's hand.
A betrayed confidence is a painful thing.
We don't have to worry about this Alluvian if Corypheus isn't alive to use it. You follow the orders of your Inquisitor. All three of you. Josephine, have our allies send scouts to meet us in the wilds. Liliana, your fastest agents will join them. Together, we'll have enough spies to slow down Corypheus' army until Cullen's soldiers arrive. Make the monsters pay, Captain. Leave none standing.
We shall not flinch, your worship. Not a one of us.
We're in the middle of a war, Morrigan. Time is short.
If your scouts report accurately...
You were guessing. Corypheus might not be after this Alluvian. It might not even be here.
Yes, I was wrong. Does that please you?
We don't need to reach the well first if we stop them before they find it.
Reach the well before they do in their plan.
I should take your word that this is altruism and not hunger for power?
Yes. Will you abandon these rituals, Inquisitor? Think carefully. There is no return once we leap after the Templars.
Shall we step more lightly now?
We came to stop Corypheus. He's here to take your well, not I. I won't be interrogated at sword point. Declare yourself.
I am called Abelas.
I didn't make them attack Solus. They're the ones clinging to their pointless duty.
Pointless, is it? This is their land, not yours.
We had to come to stop Corypheus. You followed me here.
Yes. So I did.
What are you doing here, Samson?
Following his orders.
I'll see Corypheus dead before I let him wield that power.
How are you going to stop him?
Enough.
You cannot honestly...
I said enough. Look around you. Everything your people were, it's already gone.
It is.
There are other places, friend, other duties. Your people yet linger.
Elven such as you?
Yes, such as I.
Our duty is all that remains. Those who drank from the Vira Balasan paid a great price. Mithal Zuluvine.
Stubborn fool.
He was defending all that was left of what once was.
And would have happily buried us in the process.
The decision to kill Abelas was mine, Morrigan, not yours.
The elf nearly brought the walls down upon us. I did what had to be done to save something far more valuable.
Don't go any closer, Morrigan.
I am willing to pay the price the well demands.
Of a feast, you cannot be trusted.
Of those present, I alone have the training to make use of this.
What's to stop you from taking the knowledge and leaving?
My word.
If anyone is to use the well, it will be me.
So you will take what little knowledge you can understand and let the rest go to waste?
This knowledge stays with the Inquisition.
I am forever balked by those who believe they know better than I. Drink if you will, for the sake of us all, but steel your will to do it.
Why am I here? Corypheus? A Magister wishes to rip the veil open. I must learn how to stop him. me what I demand.
Breathing. That's good. Let's keep that up.
Warn us before you do that again, my dear. How do you feel?
I have the well's power, Morrigan, not you.
Earlier, you said you knew what needed to be done next. What did you mean?
Refuse. I suppose we must wait.
I just want to see your face again, once this is over.
I'd be happy to arrange that. Please be sure to. I hope that you...
Maker, I wish you didn't have to go.
I'll come back from this fight alive. I swear it.
I'll take you at your word.
I must attend to some tasks before you draw out our enemy.
Do go before I begin to cry.
Have the power of an ancient elven goddess flowing through you. Is it everything you hoped?
I don't feel any different.
I will try to suppress my surprise. Nevertheless, the power is yours, until Mathal chooses otherwise. What will you do with the power of the well once Corypheus is dead?
I won't know the answer until Corypheus is defeated.
Yet they are already asking you to answer.
We can talk more once Corypheus is dead.
I hope so.
It was her or me. I'm sorry.
I see. Thank you for being honest with me, Inquisitor.
It does you no good to dwell on her. She's gone.
It's not for you to decide what is and isn't good for me. There are no answers in the Fate. Only illusions. A warped mirror.
Don't trust it. We have enemies who would trick us like this.
No, it's genuine. She and I have a series of clues we include in our correspondence precisely for this reason.
You're not leaving. Get someone else to go on your treasure hunt.
I would prefer to take this task personally. And I was hoping you would agree to come with me. Will you at least consider it?
What do you mean?
Blessed are they who stand before the corrupt and the wicked and do not falter.
You have given the Inquisition what it needs and done what was asked of you.
Then I kept my word. There is peace in that.
He has nothing left to throw at us.
Do not underestimate Corypheus. He is powerful.
If he tries, he'll regret it.
He underestimates you, as most do.
I've been waiting for the chance to pay that bastard back.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Bigger things to worry about than that.
Oh, I see. Natalie, listen.
Finally. I was getting tired of all these tricks.
They never sing the benedictions here on Fridays, Natalie.
Good work. We know the name of our enemy. That's half the battle won.
Exactly.
Kill me then. I am not afraid to die for my beliefs. At least I still know what I believe.
This has to be done. You know it.
I see what you've become. The righteous stand before the darkness, and the Maker shall guide them.
Well, this was a waste of time.
I wish I could say this was more than an empty box.
Sacrifices are necessary. You know that.
I know. And hearing you agree gives me the courage to do what must be done.
Good work with the Grand Cleric.
Thank you. I do what I can.
You've spent more than enough time playing the Divine's games.
Forgive me, Inquisitor. It took far too long for me to realize this. The Inquisition needs me just as the Divine did, to do what no one else dares.
I don't support this. There are better candidates.
I see. Then I should be glad it's not up to you. It's time for change, Inquisitor. The Grand Clerics know that. Justinia wanted the Chantry to grow, but her reforms never took root.
I don't see why you'd bother.
Because I owe it to Justinia. She started the work, and I will finish it.
Inquisitor, for personal interest, I have relieved Josephine, as you might expect. Knight Templar Samson, General to Corypheus, traitor to the Order. The blood on his hands cannot be measured. His head is too valuable to take. Kirkwall, Orlais, many would see him suffer. I can't say I'm not one of them.
I can make him answer for what he's done.
The Red Lyrium will steal your vengeance. You know what it does. Corypheus only delayed my corruption.
Are you still loyal to that thing? He poisoned the Order, used them to kill Faust.
Templars have always been used. How many were left to rot like I was, after the Chantry burned away their minds? Piss on it. I followed him, so Templars could at least die at their best. Same lie as the Chantry. The profit just isn't as pretty.
Coward, you pretend you had no choice, but you could have fought.
I fought and lost long before Corypheus. Your commander thinks he knows what that feels like. Well, he's wrong.
You were always weak, and your leadership proves it.
Every one of those Templars would have suffered until nothing was left. And then be forced to kill and die. I gave them hope. Just like the Chantry. Just like you. But I'm weak. And you're a savior. Do what you want. I'm done talking.
I'm sick of looking at you. There is no hole deep enough. Samson, you will spend your remaining days rotting in a cell. Get him out of here.
Do as you will, Inquisitor. Your kind always does.
Samson, you can still be of use to good people. What you know is less important than what you are. My Arcanist will study your resistance to Red Lyrium.
Do as you will, Inquisitor. Your kind always does.
You don't deserve a cell where you can die in comfort feeling sorry for yourself. If the Lyrium takes you, Samson, let it happen while you are cold and alone. You are exiled.
And when I lose myself, what then? You demand punishment for the lives I took, but release me to take more.
It's too late for you to die like a Templar. Look into dying like a Warden.
We could use more friends in the free marches. We'll barter you there. Samson, you are a traitor and a murderer. Kirkwall's leaders will decide your fate.
Do as you will, Inquisitor. Your kind always does. And when I lose myself, what then? You demand punishment for the lives I took, but release me to take more.
It's too late for you to die like a Templar. Look into dying like a Warden.
So you're the one who took Morrigan's son.
Nonsense. He came to see his grandmother, like a good lad. I'm told sense often skips a generation.
Whatever hold you have over me, release it now.
That is entirely up to my dear daughter.
That could have been a demon lying to you.
What do the voices tell you?
They say you speak the truth.
But what was Mythal?
There's nothing we can do to stop her, Morrigan.
My daughter struggles. I expected no less of her.
So she planned my decision to drink from the well?
And why not? She had to know one of us would.
And she's controlling Corypheus as well?
We have no idea where he acquired that elven orb. Why not from her? I suppose we have little choice but to proceed and be thankful she assisted us at all. And included for me. She may even have left it sealed. A pity. She would have learned things that could make even an Orlesian blush. Now, was there anything else?
This is all that's left of the altar. We few who travel far, call to me, and I will come. Without mercy, without fear.
Cry havoc in the moonlight. Let the fire of vengeance burn. The cause is clear. A very old invocation. Perfectly translated.
Call and she will come. Simple enough.
Would it be better if we left, my dear?
No. Definitely stay. I'm here, Flemeth. Just as you told me. If I must master a dragon to fight Corypheus, then send it.
Like that?
It will come when I summon it. Once. That's enough to fight Corypheus, however. I have my dragon.
Now we need only find Corypheus.
I can match the dragon. Corypheus is another story.
Then all that remains is to find Corypheus.
Then I face him alone. I don't believe in gods. You dare.
Not like this. I have walked the halls of the Golden City, crossed the ages. Dumat, ancient ones, I beseech you! If you exist, if you ever truly existed, aid me now!
You wanted into the Fade? Corypheus is dead. That's the important thing.
Yet so much has been lost.
If you don't pause for a moment, your heart is going to stop.
At least I'd be spared another incident. What a disaster. So commoners to kings? Us. Thedas is discussing the successor of the Inquisition.
We deserve each and every compliment.
Yes, I rather think we do. Truly, we will never forget those we lost. But for tonight, to victory. May I join you? I wanted to catch you. The celebrations appear to be winding down with the sunrise. I've never witnessed such a lovely sight.
Don't leave, Josephine.
The Maker himself would have to tear me away.
That should do.
I should hope so. It's been good to have this celebration, free of what the future holds. Whatever awaits us, my lord, I know only one thing. I would never have you face it alone.
Battle at Adamant ventured north into exile. They returned to the mighty fortress of Weishaupt, and word slowly spreads that a battle for control of the Order has erupted. If Hawk reaches Weishaupt with them is unknown. Indeed, before long, all news out of Weishaupt ends. Slowly, the Wardens withdraw from across the north as well. Some believe the Ancient Order is on the verge of vanishing forever. And Enchanter Fiona are left with a choice. In the end, they elect to leave the Inquisition and refuse Vivian's demand that they join the reformed circle of Magi. However, this new mage rebellion does not last, as the Divine brings down her fury upon them. Some mages surrender, others return to the Inquisition. Either way, the new circle of Magi stands triumphant.
I am so sorry. I am sorry as well, old friend.
We have business to discuss.
Indeed. What manner of business concerns you?
I'll leave you to your preparations.
Thank you, my dear. We'll speak some other time.